coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Live from New York, 2K Sports proudly brings you Knicks basketball. Hornets coming to town hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. A great start to the season for them, notching. And he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Williams, he's checked in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Zeller. Freaks checked in for Lamb. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. On the floor for Charlotte, Freak in at shooting guard. Batum is out there with Michael Kid Gilchrist. Then there's Tyler Hansbrough. And it's Lin in at the one.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
And you know they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
Hornets timeout call. Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City dancers. Go on and give it up.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Nicholas Batum. Getting around 12 points a game. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And, fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
The Knicks leading by 4. Galloway, the pass to Calderon. Williams a screen. Floats one, and Calderon with the layup. Calderon's got 6.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Just 5 on the clock. From downtown, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. The Hornets 4th.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass. And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Here's Galloway. 5 points in the game. He dishes it to Calderon. To the middle. Here's O'Quinn. That ball's nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got 3 assists now in this one. Dan Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
Seraphin kicks to Calderon. They set the pick. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Outside, Lynn dishes to Hansbrough. Hansbrough is screen on Williams, and Kid Gilchrist kicks to Freak. Off target with his three.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Calderon kicks to Galloway. New York moving the ball around. There's the feed to Calderon. Takes a three. And it's Freak with the rebound.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again. I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Batum wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple. Knicks on offense. They're on a 13-4 run. Calderon dishes to Galloway. There's 53 seconds left in the first. There's the pick. Pass to O'Quinn. From 13. Shot's good for Seraphin. Seraphin's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's Galloway. He has 5. Kicks it to Seraphin. Fade away. No good. And some tough time for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested.
They pulled all the strings to get me here, and I wanted to be here. And yeah, I want New York to be that place where guys want to come play in New York, you know, and I want to retire in New York. I mean, let's just be quite frank.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a play. With almost an entire new group here, Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams, he checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Zeller is out there with Tyler Hansbrough. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Batum in at the 3. Lin the pass to Hansbrough. And a wide open look for Freak. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Lin against Calderon. On the wing of Flello. Pass to O'Quinn. 6 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Calderon. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And they were really locked in from beyond the arc in that game. I mean, the results wouldn't have looked anything like it did had it not been for their ability from beyond.
Exactly. They were spraying home threes at a huge rate.
Outside, Batum. No good from outside.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Hansbrough up top. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Williams. There's a screen by Hansbrough. The Hornets need to get a shot off here.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
On the wing of Flalo. He kicks to Seraphin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Hansbrough, a screen on Calderon. Freak kicks to Zeller. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Zeller's got his first points of the night. The Knicks leading by 12. Now Calderon. He's got 8. They get it back, and it's blocked. They get it back. Nobody near Williams. Drills it from outside. Williams has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for New York. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Lynn against Calderon. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. Outside, Lynn. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by New York. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And that result was no surprise because they played very loosely with the basketball.
They sure did. There's no question about it. And when you come out on the wrong end of the turnover battle, you're often going to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard as well.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Lets it go from deep, and Freak gets it to go on the assist by Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists tonight.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Now the dish to Freak. Lets the 3 fly, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. New York leading by 14. Now here's Calderon. He's got 8. Now the pass to Seraphin. Can't get it to go. And the first half is now.
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for the Knicks. Charlotte also making some changes. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Cody Zeller, and Freak subbed in for Lamb. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then it's Anthony. And it's a Flalo in a shooting guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And he can't get the first one.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line.
Watch him. He's coming out over there.
Balanced scoring, Clark, for him. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score it. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win.
Jose, congratulations on the win here tonight. How important was
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Carmelo Anthony. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, you know, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in in cold cash.
Word?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me. And to my family. You could see even Cece, you know, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.